My career is over at 34. One layoff ended it. I got laid off 3 weeks ago. After 150 applications. I only have one interview. I was ghosted after 2 separate edit tests. I am also pregnant. If I don't find a job within a few months, which I probably will not in this market, I will not be able to find one until after the baby is here. That is a 1 to 2 year resume gap, which essentially means restarting my career at 34. I'll have to go back to $13 an hour content mills if they're even available in 2 years or so. Thanks to AI, I don't think I'll ever re-enter the workforce full-time or find a job with benefits again. One phone call destroyed my life entirely. I didn't know one layoff could ruin a person. But here we are and I'm just stunned. My whole life. It's just over. I considered terminating this pregnancy because I'm not sure a child deserves to grow up with an unemployable mother. I just can't believe a handful of CEOs can decide to destroy a person's entire life and render their 12-plus year career obsolete in an hour-long board meeting. I'm just more hopeless than I've ever been. I'm not sure what career path you're in, but I'm in IT. Supposedly the least tolerant of gaps in resume, as there are many fast-changing, highly technical skills that need to be kept up with. And since COVID, even IT, no one looks twice at a 2 or 3 year gap in your resume. No one cares. You're not going to have a resume gap. When you go back on the market, you're going to have 23 years of experience running your own consulting firm. And now, you're willing to sacrifice your own clients to go in-house for more consistent work as long as the price is right. Got laid off last October and probably applied for over 400 jobs, in person and remote, and only got a handful of interviews. All interviews seemed to go well but always ended up being ghosted. I'm not counting the countless fake interviews I had that ended up being a seminar for a commission-based role. LinkedIn allows employers to lie about the job position and salary for some unknown reason. It wasn't till I turned toward government jobs till I found something stable. Took about a year for me to get back on my feet. It's completely out of my experience, but it's a good job and reliable. Hoping everything goes well for you. If you can take some classes and get certified. Digital marketing is a booming business. My friend has been able to successfully bounce around company after company within the field. Whoa, 3 weeks is not a long time. You are spiraling. Apply for unemployment and take it one day at a time. You've only been looking for 3 weeks. It might take any one of those employers weeks to get back to you. They drag their feet. Just relax and do a little bit every day. Your career will not be ended in one layoff. You may have an anti-discrimination case if you were laid off because you were pregnant. Apply for unemployment now. In the future, simply lie on your resume. Mine ended at 39. Also due to layoffs. Try not to let your career define your value as a person. You have so much more to offer to your child and the world than this capitalist hellscape may lead you to believe. Be strong. I know it's a struggle. But try not to let apathy win less than 3. File for unemployment. You won't have a bad gap in your employment because you are pregnant. You took time off to have and raise a child. While you are unemployed, find out about taking college courses online in areas that you already have skills in, or are interested in for the future. School will help keep your skills current in online schools, especially if the classes are from a local college. Should be relatively inexpensive for the courses and you can do them on your own time without having to go into a class every day. Even better if you can get certificates courses for your skill set. Because when you fill out your resume, you can include those earned certificates as well. Nope, it's not. 50 years ago you picked one career path and stayed with it forever. If you started as a line cook, you ended as a chef. If you started as an AP clerk, you ended as a CFO. That's not the way things are nowadays. There's tons of other jobs out there. There's tons of other opportunities. You'll find your way, man. I promise. I'm a resume writer. Don't worry too much about the gap. It can be explained, fudged, glossed over, etc. WTF happened? Keep your head high. Look for a job with your local government agency. Whether it be for city, county or state, they have great benefits and are union. The only glimmer of hope I can offer you is that you only have a gap in your resume if you want to have one. The easiest thing to fill the time with is taking care of an ill parent. Second one is, started my own business. I got a job after 5 months and 450 plus applications. Don't give up, and a small gap due to pregnancy is easy to explain. Have you filled for unemployment yet? That will help some. Why would you have a gap? You went out on your own as an entrepreneur for that time period. That sucks. My advice, best taken with several grains of salt, but it worked for me, is change careers. Yes, it means starting over, but it can work out in your favor, especially if you can get a government job. I got fired from a university library after being there for over a decade. I was making $17.21 per hour after 10 years. Got into a trade training program which paid $13 per hour while in training and bumped to $15 per hour after 60 days of working. Did that for 3 years. I was making about $19 per hour when I left. I left to join the apprentice program at a Navy shipyard. Started at $18.75 in January of 2021. Job comes with annual call increases, plus scheduled step-in grade increases. The first is after 6 months. Then they're every 18 months. The program takes you in as a WG5, bumps you to WG8 at 2 years, then to WG10 upon graduation. It's been almost 3 years, and my base pay is about $28 per hour, plus my 7.5% shift differential. And when I'm doing one of the jobs I happen to be one of the few people qualified for, I get an additional 8% hazard pay tacked, and I'm still only a WG8 step 2. Then there's the benefits, health and dental, several options of both to choose from. The TSP, a 401 CLIC program, which they also contribute 5% into, and a pension based on the number of years you worked and your 3 best years of earnings. So, if you're there for 20 years, and your 3 best years are $90,000, $100,000, and $110,000, they'll pay you a $20,000 per year pension on top of whatever payments you're getting from your TSP. It's not usual to be making more when you retire than when you were working. Now, I know the trades aren't for everyone, but I was what most people think of as a librarian. I have an English degree, and even I could learn how to be a machinist. There's also plenty of other options available through the government, including editing. Check out USAJOBS for all the listings. As other have mentioned, start your own consulting company and put that down for now. You might even consider forming a consulting company with your laid-off cohorts in order to have something to all put down and have each other's backs for reference checks and whatnot. Who knows? Maybe you can get some real business and make something with it. I took off 1.5 years after having my kid. The gap was never even brought up in interviews.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.